Hey, what's up? I'm glad you made it here. This is Sam from Zroder MMA Bet. I have experience of betting MMA in the UFC for more than 9 years. In this video, I'll be doing a special edition covering the main event for UFC on ABC 2, Vettori versus Holland. If you're seeing this as an early release on Patreon, thank you very much. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you're seeing from YouTube, again, welcome to my channel. I do MMA predictions. I have a betting strategy that I show all the bets that I'm taking, who I'm betting, why, in a full breakdown video. In this video is a special edition, like I said. So let's get right into it. If you're willing to support the channel, I can show you in the end of the video everything I'm doing and how you could support the channel, alright? So like I said, this is a special edition. In general, I go fight by fight in my presentation. I'll do that either way. But since we're going to be covering only one fight, let me do a little bit more detail here. So I'm pulling this up from Topology. So we have Marvin Vettori. He's 16-3, one draw. As you guys can see here, he's like not a very tall, not a very long middleweight. He's from Italy, right? He trains with Rafael Cordeiro in King's MMA. He's a good fighter. You know, I can comment a little bit about his latest two bouts, also not to become too extensive this video. Against Carl Robertson, as you guys, he won by rear naked choke in the first round. It was quite competitive on the feet, which shows that how good the striker this guy is, how technical he can be. You know, Carl Robertson is a kickboxing, glory kickboxer, former competitor, so this guy has good striking. Vettori was able to stand with him, eating some shots, you know, especially straight shots, eating some leg kicks, some kicks to the arms. But Vettori has a good chin. He takes the punches, he keeps marching guys down, he throws straight punches. It's tough to deal with this guy, he has good pressure. Against Jack Hermansson, it was quite similar. Vettori got to the first round, the right hand in, he dropped the Hermansson. From that point, the fight was basically a dominance for Vettori. Again, he kept pushing forward, has good straight punches. You know, he's a strong guy for the division. You know, Jack Hermansson basically tried to out-jab him, tried to take him to the ground. Sometimes it's also not easy to take this guy down. Also to mention here, I forgot, obviously he took this to the ground to finish. He's a good wrestler. He's not like elite level or anything. From the top, he's a pretty good grappler, but still, it's not like elite BJJ or wrestling, you know. And this information is important. Later on, when I'm gonna discuss who I'm betting. So this is Kevin Holland. You guys can see the difference in height. You know, it's only 3 inches, but in reach, it's like 7 inches. But this guy, he's like a thin guy, you know, like a lanky guy, but he's so long, you know, like, I mean, maybe, I suspect that he's more than 81 because he's very, very long, but still, the record shows 81 inches. You guys can see that he's pretty experienced, even though he has 6 losses, you know. Vettori has only 3 losses, is that right? Yeah, only 3 losses. Holland has 6, but he has way more fights, so it's quite understandable. But Vettori has fought way more in the UFC, as you guys can see here, you know. Has fought Israel Adesanya, close fight, which is interesting too, against a long guy. Whereas Holland has good fights in the UFC, but you can call it a little bit lower level competition in some of them, especially Joaquin Buckley, Charles Ontiveros. But still, this guy's a fighter, guys. People call him like a big mouse, you know. I saw a guy that called him a knucklehead. So I don't know, man. He's a fighter. The problem with this guy is that he seems not to care too much what he's doing there because he goes to have too much fun, in my opinion, you know. But still, he's a fighter, you know. He has good wins, as you guys can see. Against Darren Stewart, I think it's one worth commenting. And against Ronaldo Souza, obviously his last fight. And this fight, you know, was a pretty close fight. Actually, you can see that Holland, when he struggles to land his right hand, he struggles a little bit on the fight. He tried to land lots of 1-2s here. He was able. But Stewart kept the pressure going, even took him down, which shows that, you know, he can be taken down, even being super long. Also, Stewart had some success from top, and Stewart is totally not a grappler. So Holland, he tries some submissions, but, you know, he's not a submission artist or anything. Ronaldo Souza, I was impressed there, you know, because it looked like he brought the right game plan. Big sprawl under cage, heavy elbows, then finish him with the punches. So I was thinking that he would, you know, show up with a great takedown defense against Brunson. I ended up betting Holland. I lost my bet there, you know, but Brunson by decision was also a good bet there. because we knew that if Brunson would win, it would be by decision. Because Holland he's so tough, he's very difficult to knock out. This guy has a strong chin. He's also very tough to submit, even not having much grappling under his belt. He has a long leg, it's tough to pass his guard. He can be controlled but not submitted. So that was basically what Derek Brunson did in this fight, right? So let me real quick show how I classified both of these fighters. So how do I see in terms of skill set, how do they match up? Vettori, like I said, he's a little bit better on the technical striking. I gave him 4 stars, but I also gave the same rating for Holland because he's so long. Defensively, I don't like Vettori too much because he gets hit quite a bit, even though he has a good chin, like I mentioned. This guy, not too technical again, but he's so long, he fires with his opponent, so he makes it dangerous there. I'm giving 4 stars, but again, take this with a grain of salt. It's mainly because he's super long and tall, and it's tough to deal with. Vettori, like I said, he's a good grappler. He likes to put pressure on, but he's not outstanding wrestling, neither outstanding BJJ. Holland can also take guys down from the top. He's quite dangerous because, again, he's super tall. He postures up, lands ground and pound. So it's not much like control or anything, but it's pretty good damage. I don't like this guy's game plan. You guys saw against Brunson, like I commented, was pretty disappointed there. But Vettori, on the other hand, good game plans and both super tough. But this guy's physical skill is something. I'm giving 5 stars in this regard of the X factors here. So how do I see this playing out, guys? Vettori, he's a smart fighter. He's gonna come forward. He's gonna try to close the gap as he did against Adesanya. It's gonna be interesting to see if he's gonna be able to land, because Holland is not easy to land on this guy. He accepts it. He gets pushed back against the cage, but still it's tough to hit. And at some point, Holland will fire back. This guy's a fighter. He has good power. He has great range, like I said many times. So gonna be interesting to see, because Vettori also doesn't have the best striking defense. He's gonna get hit quite a bit. I don't think Holland finishes Vettori. Could happen if someone gonna finish. I would say that Holland has more chance to finish Vettori than the opposite way. But I don't think he finishes Vettori because this guy has such a strong chin. So most likely it's Vettori putting on the pressure, being a little bit more active and shooting. The question here is, does this guy had improved on the takedown defense? Did Khabib on his last fight taught him something? I don't think so, guys. It's a short notice fight, and Holland problem always was his takedown defense. He didn't show up, so he's gonna get taken down. But like I said, it's gonna be tough to pass his guard. Probably Vettori gonna sit and not do much damage. Vettori doesn't have the wrestling that Brunson did, so Vettori can shoot. Even Holland is able to defend most of the takedowns. So gonna be interesting to see who's gonna get tired first. I think Holland is the better athlete here, so gonna be interesting to see technique versus physicality, let's put it this way, in some sense. I still think Vettori gonna keep pushing, gonna do a little bit more damage, be a little bit busier. But I think Holland has a chance. So let me just fix this one real quick. Sorry about that. So here we go. This is my odds. So if you guys check out the odds, it is pretty off, at least on my predictions. Vettori is the favorite. I'm giving him like -200 range favorite, and Holland +185 a dog. If you check the lines, Holland now is nearly +300 dog, which makes to me interesting to bet Holland. Still, my pick's Vettori by decision. I would bet Vettori by decision at +300, +200 range. Holland by decision would be a very interesting one at +400 range, because he's like a +300 dog, which I would take the bet. But at +400 by decision, Holland would be a very interesting bet in my opinion. Like I told you guys, to me, if someone finishes the other, it's Holland finishing Vettori. I would go, if I can get Holland like +1500 TKO, I would go for it. Another interesting, guys, could be this round bettings. Fight goes to the decision, over 1.5 round for like -200 range, -188, very interesting. Over 2.5, -150, -170 range, also interesting. Going to the decision at +100, +120 range, also pretty interesting. So take a look for this bet, for these lines. But like I said, I'm betting Holland because there is value there, guys. He can he always surprises people, to the good and to the bad. When you expect him to win and dominate, he frustrates you. When you expect him to lose, he may frustrate you because he could win. And I see this happening. Okay, again, physical guy here. There is a chance. Vettori, good grappler, good wrestler, but not outstanding, not Brunson's level. So be careful with that. All right, guys. Like I said, here's the what I show every video. Whom I'm betting, for how much, for how many units, or what's the percentage of the money that I'm betting in each guy. Okay, I'm not gonna go through this again because I already did in another video, so check it out for this. I also showed the results that I'm doing through the year. I'm having nearly 600% profit for the year. In terms of unit betting for the year, I have nearly 37 units, 37% for the year, which is pretty interesting. Return of investment from the start of the channel, July last year, I nearly doubled my money already. So, and I try to make these things visual so it makes interesting to you guys. I separate these things in quality bets, so that's what I'm doing here for you guys. Hope you guys appreciate. If you do, and you're still not my Patreon, I have $10 for early releases. You know, $20 you get the early releases plus the prop bets that I'm taking. And if you want every single bet that I'm taking in a ledger, like, take this membership. This is like you know, the one that you could support me most. And obviously the idea of everything here is to make you guys profit and obviously maximize the profit and reduce the losses. All right, so guys, appreciate you guys' time. Thank you for watching this. Stay tuned for more. Subscribe, share with your friends. This is Rodder Bet, bringing the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you.